This is a lesson for Ron. Ron asked me about maybe talking about a blues in A. Try and start simple and work my way up. Ron Sid, you're a very good pal, and I'm making this lesson so you can share it with your friends. As soon as I come around to the beginning again. Okay, so starting very simply, we have a key of A. We're playing an A7th chord for a bar. Then going to switch to a D7. I'm just playing 3 notes of a D7, D, F sharp, and C. Then next bar, right back to A. Then I go to the 5 chord, which is E, and then back to A. That's a little uptown trick. Half step above D on my way to D. And then I'm going to use D sharp diminished, which is also known as A diminished. And then back to A. And then up to F sharp 7, sharp 9. And then B7, E7, and then A. Then I'll do all that again. Now when I say E7, for instance, I'm talking generally about the type of quality. This one perhaps is better described as E9 and even E13. But sometimes in a way of talking about this stuff kind of expediently, I'll just use the generic dominant 7 or 7 to describe a chord, and then we'll try and remember to talk about the actual upper extensions and things as well. Okay, so one thing you can do to take this and expand it to go from 1 to 4 is approach from above. So I did that. 1, A7, E flat to D. Then we can approach A from below too. To the 5 chord E and back to A. A7, approach D from above. Then D sharp diminished, also known as A diminished. A with E in the bass, walking right up to F sharp 7, sharp 9, B7, E7, F sharp to B7 to E7, 1, 6, 2, 5, all dominants. And the next thing we can do is use the 3rd in the bass of some of those chords. So I can say A7 with the 3rd in the bass. Actually, that's A9, also known as C sharp minor 7 flat 5, that moves to D. And then D7 with F sharp in the bass. So that would sound like this. Just a little A7 passage, A13 here, a G triad, a little a double stop, and then approach A from below. Approaching D from above, changing the bass note to the 5th, and then back to D, and then this diminished, those diminished chords are all the same chord in inversion. They send us right back to 1. And then I'm going to walk down chromatically down to F sharp 7. And then this time I'll do B minor, which is the 2 chord. Let's see. I like that sound. B minor, C sharp minor, D, sorry, what is that? E flat 7 to E. I'll try that again. B minor, straight up with the dominant 7th chords. That's a pretty good way to go. That's just the same thing. 1, 6, 2, 5, E7 chord, A7, F sharp 7, B7. And I use these little 3-note partial chords. So for the 6-string root chords, I might play 1, flat 7, and 3, and I often bar. And then for the 5th string root chords, I'll play 1, 3, and flat 7. And the reason I do that is it allows me to put melody notes up above those abbreviated chords to get some additional flow going on. That in a second. Okay, then there's the 3rd in the bass, the 4 chord, sharp 4 diminished, 1, 5, 1. 4, move up to the 4 with the 3rd in the bass. Maybe I play diminished there, and then 1, 2, flat 3 diminished to 1 over 3. I can't remember. Maybe I did this. That's it. On my way to 6 dominant, 2 dominant with the 9 on top. That would be sometimes I have to, if I have to think too much, the old fingers don't want to grab. For the high E. Now what I noticed is if I keep my chord forms relatively simple with these abbreviated 3-note shapes, that would be dominant 7, or that one, dominant 7 on the 5th string, and then minor 7, dominant 7 there, diminished. I can make melody movement up above, and all I have to do is kind of play blues melodies that match up with sort of my idea about blues. Not thinking about scales, not thinking about even about what the names of the chords are when I make these fancier chords. I'm just trying to put the melody on top of the chord. It saves me a lot of brain work. You know, it's not, we don't want to be thinking too much when we're playing the blues. We want to be thinking about My Woman Left Me, but we don't want to be thinking about C7 sharp 9 with an augmented 11 or any of that kind of jive. Okay, so watch, see if you can see this happening. I'll do one little bit more playing at a nice slow tempo. See if you can see and follow what's going on, Ron. There's 3rd in the bass. Here's the 4 chord. Sharp 4 diminished. 1 chord. 5 chord. 1 chord. Then I'm going to play the 5 minor, the flat 5 dominant, and the 4 on my way to 4. sharp 4 diminished. 1. 2 dominant. 5. 1. Repeat that part. Now what I just did there, I'll leave you with this idea. I'm playing 1, 6, 2, 5, but I just approach each one from below or above. And try and hold the chord when you do the movement of the bass note so it doesn't sound lumpy or something. All right, Ron, I hope that this was helpful and that you enjoyed it. And feel free to share it with your friends so that, well, maybe more people might find out about my teaching, my website, the products that I have available, and all those kinds of things. Okay, take care and enjoy.